How are prisoners of war protected under international humanitarian law? In today's world, the treatment of prisoners of war is a pressing issue. Recent conflicts have brought international humanitarian law into the spotlight. Many are asking, how are prisoners of war protected under these laws? Understanding this topic is essential as it affects the lives of many individuals during armed conflicts. Prisoners of war are primarily protected under international humanitarian law through the Geneva Conventions and the laws of armed conflict. These laws ensure humane treatment and respect for these individuals during captivity. The Third Geneva Convention specifically mandates that prisoners of war must be treated with dignity. They should be protected from violence, intimidation, and public curiosity. In addition to humane treatment, prisoners of war are entitled to basic needs. This includes adequate food, shelter, and medical care. Communication with the outside world is also a right they possess. These provisions are vital for maintaining their physical and mental well-being. Legal protections are also in place for prisoners of war. If they are accused of war crimes, they have the right to a fair trial. This means they cannot be deprived of their rights to a regular legal process. Furthermore, international law prohibits torture and cruel treatment. This prohibition is absolute, ensuring that prisoners of war are not subjected to any form of ill treatment. Accountability is another key aspect of international humanitarian law. Individuals who commit violations against prisoners of war can be held accountable for war crimes. Nations that are signatories to the Geneva Conventions have an obligation to investigate and prosecute such violations. International bodies, such as the International Criminal Court, may also investigate war crimes committed against prisoners of war. This adds an additional layer of protection and accountability. While the focus here is on prisoners of war, it is important to remember that civilians are also protected under international humanitarian law. Civilians must not be targeted in armed conflicts, and their rights must be respected at all times. International humanitarian law provides essential protections for prisoners of war. These laws emphasize humane treatment, legal rights, and accountability for violations. Understanding these protections is fundamental to maintaining dignity and justice in times of conflict.